In the year 2147, humans finally left their small blue planet and stepped into the wide galaxy. They did not arrive as kings or warriors. Earth had joined something called the Galactic Concord only a few years earlier. This was a big group of alien species who worked together to keep peace among the stars. The humans were new and small in this group, like a child joining a school full of older kids. The first real meeting with aliens had happened 10 years before. A huge ship from a race called the Krelix came close to Earth's solar system. The Krelix looked like tall insects with hard black shells, many legs, and big compound eyes that glowed green. They were not friendly at first. Their ships were fast, and their weapons were strong. But after long talks, both sides agreed to stop fighting and share space. The Krelix joined the Concord too, and humans became part of the same club. Now, in 2147, the Concord wanted everyone to train together. They picked a neutral place, a moon base called Epsilon 9. This moon was gray and rocky, with no air outside the domes. Inside the big training halls, different species practiced war games, side by side. The goal was simple: learn to fight as one team if a real enemy ever came. The Krelix were very good at one thing: shooting from far away. Their snipers could hit small targets from many kilometers with perfect aim. Their eyes saw heat and movement better than any machine. They trained from birth to be calm and deadly. Every Krelix soldier respected their snipers like heroes. On this day, a mixed group of humans arrived at Epsilon 9. There were soldiers in green uniforms, but also many normal people. These civilians came to show the aliens that humans were peaceful. There was Daniel Hayes, the commander of the human team. He was a quiet man in his 50s, with short gray hair and calm blue eyes. He had fought in small wars back on Earth, but now he smiled more than he frowned. With him were 40 humans. Some were young engineers fixing machines. Some were teachers who wanted to share books with alien children. Others were farmers, office workers, and even a few retired people who just wanted to see the stars. They wore simple jumpsuits, gray or blue, nothing fancy. They laughed and talked like friends on a trip. The Krelix liaison officer walked up to them. His name was Sykar. He was taller than any human, with sharp mandibles that clicked when he spoke. His voice came out in short, hard sounds through a translator box on his chest. "Humans," Sykar said, "we begin the urban assault drill today. We need your sniper for the exercise, your best long-range shooter. Where is he?" Daniel looked at his group. The soldiers stood straight, but the civilians kept talking softly. One woman was showing a picture on her datapad to a friend. A man was drinking coffee from a metal cup. No one looked worried. Daniel turned back to Sykar. "We brought everyone we need." Zykar's eyes narrowed. "Your species has no sniper caste, no special unit trained only for precision kills. We require one elite marksman. Name him." Daniel gave a small smile. He did not answer right away. Instead, he looked around at the humans again. A young engineer named Kevin was fixing a broken light on his suit. A teacher named Laura was reading something on her screen. An older man named Gary was stretching his back like he did every morning. The Krelix waited. Their patience was short. Sykar clicked his mandibles again. "Time moves. We must integrate your forces. Point to your sniper." Daniel finally spoke. His voice was low but clear. "We do not have one special sniper like you do." Sykar tilted his head. "Then how do you fight at range?" "We manage. And we are ready for the drill." The alien officer stared hard. He did not understand. In Krelix society, every job had its own trained group. Builders built. Healers healed. Snipers sniped. It was clean and simple. Humans seemed messy to him. Around them, the training hall was busy. Other species prepared their weapons. A group of tall, blue-skinned beings checked their energy rifles. Small furry aliens tested their fast drones. The air smelled of metal and hot wires. Daniel walked forward a few steps. He stood easy, hands in his pockets. Zykar, watch the drill. You will see. The Krelix made a low sound, something between a hiss and a laugh. Very well. We will see if your mixed group can keep up. Our sniper, Vexor, will show the standard. Then your people may try. Vexor stepped out from the Krelix line. He was bigger than Zykar, with extra armor plates and a long black rifle that looked like part of his arm. His eyes glowed bright as he scanned the range ahead. The drill was set in a fake city. Tall buildings made of light and metal rose around them. Fog machines sent gray clouds across the ground. Small drones flew like birds, fast and hard to hit. The targets were red lights on the drones, small circles no bigger than a coin. The rules were simple. Hit as many as possible in the shortest time. Wind machines blew strong gusts. Visibility dropped low. It was a hard test, made to break even the best. Vexor took position on a high platform. He lay flat, rifle steady. The first drone appeared, darting between two towers. Vexor fired once. The drone exploded in blue sparks. 11 seconds later, another shot, another hit. The aliens watching nodded with respect. When Vexor finished, he had hit every target. No misses. Time average, 11 seconds per shot. Perfect. Zykar turned to Daniel again. Show us your sniper. Daniel looked at his people once more. They were not nervous. Some smiled. One man clapped a friend on the back. Laura pushed her glasses up her nose and stepped closer to the group. Daniel's smile grew a little wider. He spread his arms toward the civilians standing behind him. Pick any civilian, he said. Zykar froze. His mandibles opened, then closed. What? Pick any one of them, Daniel repeated. They will do the job. The Krelix officer looked from Daniel to the humans. Teachers, farmers, workers. No armor, no implants, no special training badges. Just normal people. Zykar pointed a sharp claw at the woman in the back. Laura Mitchell. She was 49, with brown hair that had some gray, and round glasses. She held a datapad in one hand and looked calm. This one? Zykar asked. His voice had doubt in it. Laura stepped forward. She gave a small nod. Sure, she said. Let's get this over with. The range reset. The fog grew thicker. The drones started moving again, faster this time, harder paths. Everyone watched. The aliens leaned forward. The humans stood easy. Laura took the long rifle from a soldier. She held it like she had done it many times. She checked the scope. She breathed in slow, then out. The first shot came. The training hall on Epsilon 9 felt bigger now. The fake city stood tall under bright lights. Gray fog rolled across the ground like smoke from a fire. Wind machines hummed, pushing air hard enough to make flags snap. Small red lights blinked on the flying drones. They moved fast, changing direction like scared birds. Everyone stood quiet after Vexor finished his run. The Krelix sniper walked down from his platform. His long rifle hung on his back. He did not look proud. He just looked sure. The other Krelix clicked their mandibles softly. It was their way of saying good job. Zykar turned to the humans. His green eyes moved over the group again. He saw soldiers with straight backs. He saw civilians who looked relaxed. One man named Stephen was eating a small snack from his pocket. A woman named Nicole adjusted her glasses and smiled at a friend. No one acted like they were about to face a hard test. Zykar stepped closer to Daniel Hayes. His tall body made a long shadow on the floor. The drill needs full integration, he said through the translator. His voice sounded sharp. We must know each species' strengths. Your team has no clear sniper. This is a problem. Daniel stood with his hands loose at his sides. He did not move back. We have strengths, he said. You will see them soon. Zykar made a low sound in his throat. We do not guess. We plan. The Concord rules say every group must show their specialist for key roles. Long-range precision is key in urban fights. Your drones will hide behind walls. They will move at high speed. Wind will push bullets off course. Only a trained sniper can hit them all. He pointed one claw at the range. Vexor hit every target in 11 seconds each. No errors. Now we wait for your specialist. Name him, bring him forward. The human soldiers looked at Daniel. They knew what was coming. A few smiled small smiles. The civilians did not look worried. Kevin Brooks, the retired postal worker, leaned against a wall and crossed his arms. Megan Torres, the nurse, checked her watch like she had somewhere to be later. Daniel met Zykar's eyes. We do not pick one special person for this, he said slowly. Any of them can do it. Zykar's mandibles opened wide for a second. Then they closed hard. That is not possible. Your species has short lives. You do not train from young like we do. You have no bio upgrades for eyes or hands. How can any random human match Vexor? Daniel gave a short laugh. It was not mean. It was just honest. We do not need upgrades for everything. We practice in our own way. Zykar turned to his own people. They talked fast in their clicking language. Vexor watched the humans with narrow eyes. He did not believe it. None of them did. After a moment, Zykar faced Daniel again. Then prove it. We will not waste more time. Show your sniper now, or admit your group is weak in this area. The Concord will note it. The words hung in the air. Some humans shifted their feet. Not from fear, from impatience. They wanted to get on with it. Daniel looked over his shoulder at the group. You all heard him, he said loud enough for everyone. They want to see our sniper. A few people chuckled. Gary, the older man who liked to stretch, said, About time. I'm getting cold standing here. Laura Mitchell pushed her way gently to the front. She still held her datapad. She looked at Daniel. Do they really think we have only one person who can shoot? Daniel nodded once. They do. Laura smiled. Okay then. Zykar watched this exchange. He did not understand the calm. In his world, a challenge like this would make warriors step forward and fight to prove themselves. Humans just stood there like it was no big deal. The Krelitz officer raised his voice. Enough talk. Which human is your sniper? Point to him now. Daniel turned fully to Zykar. His face was serious, but his eyes had a spark. He spread his arms wide, taking in all the civilians behind him. Pick any civilian, he said. The hall went dead quiet. Even the wind machine seemed softer for a second. Zykar blinked his many eyes. What did you say? He asked. Pick any civilian, Daniel repeated. Man or woman, young or old, doesn't matter. Whoever you choose will take the shot. Vexor made a rough sound. It might have been a laugh. This is a joke. Your commander mocks us. No joke, Daniel said. Try it. See what happens. Zykar looked at the humans one by one. He saw soft faces, no scars from battle, no hard muscles from constant training. A teacher, a mechanic, a farmer, a nurse, people who belonged in homes and schools, not on battle lines. He pointed his claw again, this time slower. It stopped on Laura Mitchell. Her, Zykar said, the small one with the glasses. She looks least like a fighter. If your words are true, she will do. Laura stepped out from the group. She handed her datapad to Megan. Hold this for me, please. Megan took it. You got this. Laura walked to the weapon rack. A soldier handed her the long rifle. It was a standard Concord model. Black metal, long barrel, heavy scope. She took it with both hands. She did not look afraid. She looked focused. Zykar watched every move. She holds it wrong already, he said to Vexor. See? No proper grip. Vexor nodded. She will miss. All of them will. The drones powered up again. The fog machines turned higher. Wind blew stronger. The targets moved in crazy patterns. Up, down, left, right, behind walls, through narrow gaps. Laura walked to the shooting platform. It was the same one Vexor used. She lay down flat. She adjusted her body until she was comfortable. She looked through the scope for a long moment. Then, she breathed in deep, held it, let it out slow. The first drone appeared. It flew fast, low to the ground, then shot up behind a broken wall. Laura did not hurry. Her finger moved smooth on the trigger. A sharp crack filled the hall. The drone burst into blue sparks. It fell like broken glass. The Krelliks stared. Zykar's mandibles twitched. Laura worked the bolt, loaded another round, looked again. Second drone. This one zigzagged high, then dropped fast. Another crack, another hit. The aliens leaned forward. No one spoke. Laura kept going. Third drone, fourth, fifth. Each shot calm, each hit clean. She did not rush. She did not shake. She shot like she had all day. When the last drone fell, the timer stopped. 7 shots, 7 hits. Average time, 4 seconds each. Faster than Vexor. The hall stayed quiet for a long beat. Then Stephen Ruiz, the mechanic, clapped once. Nice one, Laura. The other humans smiled. Some nodded like they expected it. Zykar turned slowly to Daniel. His voice came out low. How? Daniel shrugged. She teaches math, but on weekends, she coaches the school rifle team. Kids shoot paper targets, sometimes cans. She hunts with her family too. Deer mostly. She's steady, patient. That's all it takes. Laura stood up. She handed the rifle back to the soldier. She pushed her glasses up. Wind was a little strong today, she said. Usually, it's easier. Zykar looked at her like she was a puzzle he could not solve. Daniel stepped forward. Still want to pick another one? The Krelliks did not answer right away. But the test was not over. The silence in the training hall felt thick after Laura's shots. The last bits of drone sparks still floated down like slow snow. Everyone stared at the shooting platform. The Krelliks stood frozen. Their green eyes blinked fast. Vexor gripped his rifle tighter, but he did not move. Zykar's mandibles opened and closed without sound. Laura stood up slowly. She brushed dust from her jumpsuit knees. She handed the long rifle back to the soldier next to her. Thank you, she said politely. Then she walked back to her spot in the group. Megan handed her datapad back. Laura took it and checked the screen like nothing big had happened. Daniel Hayes watched Zykar. The alien officer looked lost. His claws twitched. He turned to Vexor and said something quick in their clicking language. Vexor answered short and sharp. Zykar faced Daniel again. This cannot be real, Zykar said. His translator made the words flat. 1 civilian, no training marks, no eye implants. 7 perfect hits. Faster than our best. Daniel kept his voice calm. It is real. You saw it. Zykar looked at Laura. She was now talking to Stephen about something on her datapad. They laughed softly. She teaches children numbers, Zykar said. She hunts animals for food sometimes. This makes her a sniper? Pretty much, Daniel said. On Earth, lots of people learn to shoot straight, not just soldiers. Parents teach kids. Schools have teams. Friends go to ranges on weekends. It's normal. Zykar shook his head slowly. Normal for you is strange for us. We have castes. Snipers are born and raised for one purpose. They eat special food to sharpen eyes. They train every day from when they can walk. Your way seems random. Not random, Daniel said. Just open to everyone. The other Krelliks moved closer. They talked among themselves. Some pointed at the humans. Others looked at the fallen drones on the screens. The Concord observers from other species watched too. A few took notes on glowing pads. Zykar raised one claw for quiet. "We must test more," he said. "One hit is luck. Many hits show truth. We will choose again. If more of your civilians succeed, we will believe." Daniel nodded. "Fair enough. Pick whoever you want." Zykar scanned the group. His eyes stopped on a tall man near the back. The man had short dark hair and a calm face. He wore a plain blue jumpsuit. His hands were rough from work. He was Stephen Ruiz, the mechanic who fixed ships and ground cars. "Him," Zykar said, "the one who repairs machines." Stephen heard his name. He looked up. "Me?" "Yes," Zykar said. "Step forward." Stephen walked to the front. He did not hurry. He wiped his hands on his pants like he was about to fix an engine. "What do I need to do?" "Same drill," Daniel said. "Same rifle, same targets." He checked the weight in his hands. He looked through the scope for a second. Then he lay down on the platform. He adjusted his elbows. He breathed slow. The drone started again. Fog rolled in thick. Wind pushed hard. The targets flew wild. Low sweeps, high dives, quick turns behind cover. Stephen did not rush. He watched, waited, fired. Crack. First drone down. Crack. Second. He kept going. Steady. No shake. No sweat on his face. Each shot hit clean. Sparks flew. Drones fell. When he finished, the timer showed 8 shots. 8 hits. Average time, 5 seconds. The hall stayed quiet longer this time. Stephen stood up. He handed the rifle back. "Wind caught the last one a bit," he said. "But it was okay." Zykar stared. "You fix machines. How do you shoot like that?" Stephen shrugged. "I do competitive shooting on weekends. Small club near my home. We shoot at moving targets. Paper ones, metal ones. Helps keep my hands steady when I work on tight engine parts." Zykar turned to another human. This time he picked fast. A woman with short black hair and kind eyes. Megan Torres. She was a nurse. "You," Zykar said. Megan walked forward. She smiled at Laura as she passed. "Wish me luck." She took the rifle, lay down, adjusted, breathed. The drones flew. Megan shot, hit, shot again, hit. Her movements were smooth, like she was checking a patient's pulse. Calm, careful, exact. 9 shots, 9 hits. Average, 4.5 seconds. She stood. "That was fun," she said. "Reminds me of target practice back in nursing school. We had a range to blow off stress." Zykar's mandibles clicked fast. He was upset now. Not angry. Confused. He pointed again, this time at an older man. Gray hair, strong shoulders. Gary Thompson. He used to work construction before he retired. Gary took the rifle. His back creaked a little. He smiled. "Easy now." He shot, hit every one, slow but perfect. 10 shots, 10 hits. Gary stood. "Not bad for an old guy," he said. The humans laughed. Zykar walked back and forth. His legs clicked on the floor. "This is not possible," he said. "You have no special unit, no chosen few. Just anyone." Daniel stepped closer. "That's the point. On Earth, we don't lock skills away. Anyone can learn. Anyone can practice. So when you need someone to shoot far and straight, you don't need to find the one expert. You just pick someone who already knows how." Zykar looked at the group. More humans stood ready. Kevin Brooks leaned against the wall, arms crossed, smiling. Patricia Klein, the farmer, cracked her knuckles. Nicole, the office worker, pushed up her sleeves. Zykar stopped. "One more," he said. "I choose him." He pointed at Kevin Brooks. Thin, quiet, with kind eyes. Kevin walked forward. "All right," he said. He took the rifle. lay down, hummed a little tune while he looked through the scope. The drones came fast. Kevin fired. Hit, fired, hit. He kept humming, like he was sorting mail on a quiet route. All hits. Perfect. Kevin stood. Used to shoot with my grandkids, he said. They like the noise. Zykar did not speak for a long time. He looked at Daniel. Your people, Zykar said slowly. They are all snipers. Daniel smiled. Not all, but enough. And the ones who aren't, usually good at something else just as useful. The Krellix officer looked around the hall. Other aliens watched. Some smiled. Some looked shocked. The Concord would hear about this soon. Zykar finally spoke. We will report this. The Concord must know. Humans do not fight like other species. Daniel nodded. Good. Let them know. Can we take a break now? I need coffee. The humans laughed again. Zykar stared at them. For the first time, he looked small. The test had changed everything. The training hall lights felt brighter now. Every eye stayed fixed on the shooting platform. The air smelled of hot metal from the rifle barrels and the sharp ozone from broken drones. Small pieces of drone shell still lay scattered on the floor like shiny confetti. The Krellix stood in a tight group. Their mandibles clicked softly, nervous. Vexor held his rifle close, like he needed something solid to hold on to. Zykar walked forward one step. His tall shadow fell across the range. We continue, he said. His voice came through the translator box, clear but tight. More tests, more choices. We will see if this pattern holds. Daniel Hayes stood easy. He nodded once. Go ahead. Choose whoever you like. Zykar looked over the humans again. His green eyes moved slow this time. He wanted to find weakness. He wanted to see someone fail. He pointed at Patricia Klein. She was a farmer from a quiet part of Iowa. Her hands were strong and calloused. Her brown hair was pulled back in a simple knot. She wore no makeup. Her jumpsuit had a small dirt stain on one knee from earlier work. Her, Zykar said, the one who works the soil. Patricia walked forward without a word. She took the long rifle from the soldier. She checked the magazine with quick, sure fingers. Then she lay down on the platform. She rested her cheek against the stock like it was an old friend. She looked through the scope for only a second. Then she waited. The drones powered up. The fog machines hissed louder. Wind blew in sharp gusts. The targets moved in hard patterns, low and fast, then sudden climbs, sharp drops behind thick cover. Patricia breathed once. Deep in, slow out. Crack. First drone exploded in blue light. Crack. Second one fell. She did not lift her head. She just reloaded smooth and fast, shot after shot. Her body stayed still. Only her finger moved on the trigger. No close calls. No near misses. When the last drone dropped, the timer flashed. 8 shots, 8 hits. Average time, 4.2 seconds. Patricia stood up. She handed the rifle back. That wind reminds me of harvest season back home, she said, always trying to knock the corn over. The Krellix made low sounds. Some stepped back. Zykar's claws opened wide, then closed again. He did not wait long. He pointed next at Nicole Evans. She worked in an office, handling numbers and reports all day. She had short red hair and a quiet smile. She looked like someone who spent more time at a desk than in the field. Nicole took the rifle. She lay down. She adjusted the scope with small turns. She fired. Hit, hit, hit. 10 shots, 10 perfect hits. She stood. I used to shoot in college, she said, just for fun. Helped me focus after long days. Zykar's voice came out rough. You all shoot like trained killers. Daniel shook his head. Not killers, just people who learn to aim straight. The aliens talked fast among themselves. Vexor stepped forward. He looked at Daniel. Let me choose one, he said. His voice was deep. I will pick the weakest looking. Daniel spread his hands. Be my guest. Vexor scanned the group. His eyes stopped on an older man near the edge. Robert Hayes. No, wait, the commander was Daniel Hayes. This was Gary Thompson again. No, this time Vexor picked Kevin Brooks, the retired postal worker, thin arms, soft face, gray hair. He looked like he belonged in a rocking chair with a book. Kevin walked up slow. He smiled at Vexor. Nice to meet you properly, he said. He took the rifle. He lay down. He started humming an old song, something soft and slow. The drones flew. Kevin fired. Hit. Fired. Hit. He kept humming. The tune never stopped. The rifle barely moved in his hands. All hits. Kevin stood. My grandkids like when I hit the targets, he said. They cheer loud. Vexor stared. He did not speak. Zykar turned to the other Krelliks. He spoke fast in their language. They argued. Some shook their heads. Others looked at the humans with new eyes. Zykar faced Daniel. Explain this, he said. How do so many of you do this? No special training, no castes, just normal lives. Daniel thought for a moment. On Earth we have guns in many homes. Not for war, for hunting, for sport, for protection sometimes. Kids learn young. Parents take them to ranges. Schools have clubs. Even video games teach aim and timing. But mostly, it's practice. You miss, you try again, you adjust. No one waits for perfect conditions. Life isn't perfect. He looked at his people. Laura teaches kids math, but also teaches them to shoot safe. Stephen fixes cars, but spends Saturdays at competitions. Patricia grows food, but hunts to fill her freezer. Megan helps sick people, but shoots to relax. Kevin delivered mail for 40 years, but never missed a shot when he practiced with family. Zykar listened. His mandibles stayed still. Daniel went on. We do not make one person the best at everything. We let everyone try. So when you need a sniper, you do not search for the one expert. You just point and say, you, and they step up. The hall was quiet, except for the low hum of machines. Zykar looked at the screens. The hit records glowed green. No red misses anywhere. He spoke soft. Your way is strange, but it works. Vexor stepped closer to Laura. He looked down at her. You were first, he said. Why did you not hesitate? Laura met his eyes. I've had worse days grading papers during a storm, she said. This was easy. A small laugh came from the humans. Zykar turned away. He spoke to his people again. Then he faced Daniel. We will report this to the Concord, he said. Humans do not fight with specialists. They fight with everyone. Daniel nodded. That's right. The Krelliks started to walk away, but Zykar stopped. He looked back. One more thing, he said. If we face a real enemy, will your civilians fight too? Daniel smiled small. If they have to, yes. But they'd rather teach, fix, grow, heal. Shooting is just one thing they know. Zykar nodded once, slow. The test was done. But the galaxy would never look at humans the same way again. Word of what happened on Epsilon 9 spread fast through the Galactic Concord. Ships carried messages from one system to another. Alien crews talked in their own languages about the strange humans. They spoke of a teacher, a mechanic, a farmer, a nurse, and an old mailman who all shot better than trained Krellik snipers. The story grew bigger with each telling. In the big meeting halls of the Concord station, leaders from many species gathered. Tall, thin beings with glowing skin listened. Small-scaled creatures took notes. The Krelliks sent Zykar to speak. He stood on the raised platform. His mandibles clicked as he told the truth. He showed recordings. The screens played Laura's first shots. Then Stephen's. Then Megan's. Kevin's. Patricia's. Every hit perfect. No misses. The room stayed quiet while the videos ran. When the last drone fell in Kevin's clip, someone from a far species asked, "Is this edited?" Zykar answered clear. "No. It happened live. We tested many times. Same result. A blue-skinned admiral leaned forward. How many humans can do this? Zykar paused. We do not know the number, but their commander said any civilian could try, and they all did well. The leaders looked at each other. Some smiled. Some looked worried. Humans were new to the Concorde. Small numbers. Short history in space. Yet now they showed something no one expected. Back on Epsilon 9, the humans packed their things. The training was over. They laughed and talked while they cleaned up. Laura sat with Megan and drank coffee from a thermal cup. Stephen fixed a loose panel on the wall, just because he saw it. Kevin told a story about his grandkids. Patricia shared pictures of her farm on her datapad. Daniel Hayes walked among them. He stopped by a window that looked out at the stars. The black space stretched forever. Small lights from ships moved like fireflies. Zykar came to him alone. The alien stood tall, but his voice was low. Commander Hayes, I must ask you something. Alone. Daniel turned. Go ahead. Zykar looked out at the stars too. Your military has trained fighters. We know this. You have ships. You have weapons. Why say any civilian works? Why not show your best specialist? Daniel thought for a moment. He spoke slow and simple. Because on Earth, we do not keep the best for war only. We share skills. A person learns to shoot because their dad took them hunting, or because they joined a club, or because they wanted to protect their home. It is not about being the one best. It is about being good enough when needed. Zykar clicked softly. But in battle, one miss can lose everything. Daniel nodded. True, but we learned long ago that waiting for the perfect person means you wait too long. So we train everyone a little. Then when trouble comes, many can step up. Not just one. His eyes glowed faint. Your way is not efficient. It wastes time on many. Maybe, Daniel said, but it makes us hard to break. You take out one specialist, the rest still fight. You take out many, others learn fast. We do not stop. The alien stayed quiet a long time. Then he said, we Krelliks train only the few. The rest support. If the snipers fall, we lose our edge. Daniel looked at him. Then do not lose them. But if you do, what happens next? Zykar had no answer. Later that day, the Concorde sent a new message. They wanted humans to join more drills. Not as small helpers, as full partners. They asked for human teams in precision tasks. Not one sniper. Many. Daniel read the order to his group. They listened while they ate simple food from trays. When he finished, Laura spoke first. So they want us to teach them? Stephen laughed. Or just borrow our aim? Kevin smiled. I can show the young ones how to hold steady. Like teaching my grandkids. Patricia nodded. I can show how to shoot in wind. Farm work teaches that. Megan added, and how to stay calm, like in the hospital when things go wrong. Daniel looked at them all. They will learn, but they will also see what we are. Not special heroes, just people who practice. The humans finished their meal. They packed the last bags. The shuttle waited to take them home. But before they left, Zykar came one more time. He stood in front of the group. Humans, he said, the Concorde thanks you. Your way is different. It confuses us, but it works. In future fights, when we need long shots, we will call not for your elites. We will say, send a human civilian. The humans smiled. Some clapped. Laura raised her coffee cup like a toast. Zykar turned to Daniel. Your smirk that day. It is known now. Many species talk about it. The commander who said, pick any civilian. Daniel gave the same small smile. Let them remember. The Krelliks officer bowed a little. It was not their custom. But he did it anyway. Then he walked away. The humans boarded the shuttle. The doors closed. The ship lifted slow from the moon base. Epsilon 9 grew small behind them. Stars filled the windows. Inside they talked about home, about families, about normal days. But they all knew something had changed. The galaxy saw them now. Not as newcomers, not as weak, as people who carried strength in ordinary hands. Years later, when real enemies came to the edge of Concord space, the call went out. Fleets gathered. Ships from many worlds stood ready. But when precision fire was needed, when targets hid far away behind rocks and storms, the order came simple. Send the humans. Any civilian will do. And they stepped up. Teachers, farmers, mechanics, nurses, old men with kind eyes. They took positions. They fired. And the enemy learned what the Krelliks already knew. Humans did not need to be chosen. They just needed to be asked. The smirk on Daniel Hayes's face that first day became a quiet legend among the stars. A reminder that the greatest weapon was not in rare skill or special birth. It was in ordinary people who learned, practiced, and never gave up on trying to hit the mark.